and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic of my video is T.S. Eliot. The full name of T.S. Eliot is Thomas Stearns Eliot. T.S. Eliot was born in the year 1888 and he died in 1965. That means his lifespan was 76 years. T.S. Eliot was poet, essayist, publisher, playwright, literary critic and editor. He was major 20th century writer. He was the pioneer of modern age writing. T.S. Eliot was born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1888. St. Louis, Missouri is located in America. So he was born in America, but he moved to England in 1914 at the age of 25 years for work and marriage. In 1914, when he was 25 years of age, he moved to England before the outset of World War I. So in 1914, he moved to England for work and marriage. Though he spent maximum time in England, but according to him, Missouri and Mississippi, these are the cities which are located in America, Missouri and Mississippi have made a deeper impression on him rather than any other part of the world. So these cities, Missouri and Mississippi, they have made a deeper impression on him. In 1927, he took British citizenship. So he was born in America, but he took later on British citizenship. Year 1948 was very important year in the life of T.S. Eliot, as in 1948 he got Nobel Prize in Literature for his outstanding pioneer contribution to present day poetry. Present day poetry means modern age poetry. So for his pioneer contribution to modern age poetry, he was awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. Also he was awarded Order of Merit in 1948. And as he was awarded Order of Merit, O.M. is written after his name. Thomas Stearns Eliot, O.M. So 1948 was very important year for T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot proclaimed himself classicist in literature, royalist in politics and Anglo-Catholic in religion. This he has proclaimed in the book Lancelot Andrewes, for Lancelot Andrewes' essay on style and order. This he has proclaimed about himself. And these are very important lines by T.S. Eliot. As a young boy, he liked Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer. T.S. Eliot was buried in Westminster's Corner, Westminster Abbey in Poets' Corner. Quotation from his poem Little Gidding. T.S. Eliot has written Little Gidding, and the extract from the poem Little Gidding has been written in his epitaph. The extract are: the communication of the dead is tongued with fire beyond the language of the living. So these are the lines which are written in his epitaph from his poem Little Gidding. T.S. Eliot, when moved to England, he met Ezra Pound, and later on Ezra Pound, he became the mentor and lifelong friend of T.S. Eliot. Ezra Pound was a mentor for him because Ezra Pound helped T.S. Eliot in publishing various books. As a playwright, T.S. Eliot wrote 7 plays. All these plays are in verse. These are called verse drama. So the 7 plays written by T.S. Eliot in chronological order are Sweeney Agonistes, The Rock, Murder in the Cathedral, The Family Reunion, The Cocktail Party, The Confidential Club, The Elder Statesman. So these are the verse drama by T.S. Eliot. Sweeney Agonistes is the first verse drama by T.S. Eliot, but it was incomplete. It was one-act play, and the title of Sweeney Agonistes is inspired and taken from Milton's Samson Agonistes. Sweeney Agonistes show meaningless of contemporary life. Murder in the Cathedral is very important play by T.S. Eliot, which portrays the assassination of Archbishop Thomas Becket in Canterbury Cathedral during the reign of Henry II in 11th 1870. So Murder in the Cathedral is the verse drama by T.S. Eliot which deals with the assassination of Archbishop Thomas Becket. So as a playwright, he wrote 7 verse drama. As a publisher, he was the director of publishing house Faber and Faber. Faber and Faber was the important publishing house and he was the director. Faber and Faber is popularly known as Faber. And various books of W.H. Auden, William Golding, Samuel Beckett, Philip Larkin, Ted Hughes, Seamus Heaney, they are published by Faber and Faber. And most of these writers are Nobel Prize laureate. William Golding, he got Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954 for his book Lord of Flies. And this Lord of Flies was also published by Faber and Faber. As an editor, T.S. Eliot was founder and editor of literary journal Criterion. Criterion was the literary journal between 1922 to 1939. So as a playwright, he wrote 7 plays. As a publisher, he was the director of Faber and Faber. And as editor, he was the founder and editor of Criterion. He wrote many poetry collections. So his poetry collections are Prufrock and Other Observations, published in 1917. It is the chapbook and it contains 12 books. 2 important poems from this Prufrock and Other Observations are Love Songs of J. Alfred Prufrock and Portrait of a Lady. Poem published in 1920. 2 important poems are Gerontion and Whispers of Immorality. The Wasteland 1922, The Hollow Men 1925, the Ariel poems which were published between 1927 to 1954. It contains 6 poems and the important poem is Journey of the Maggie. The Ariel poems is the poetry collection by T.S. Eliot, whereas Ariel is the poetry collection by Sylvia Plath. Ash Wednesday 1930, Old Possum Books of Practical Cats 1939 and 4 Quatrains by 1945. So these are the poetry collection by T.S. Eliot in chronological order. So let's discuss with his poems one by one. First is the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. It is commonly known as Prufrock poem. It was first professionally published poem. In 1915, it was published in Poetry, a magazine of verse, but in 1917, it was published in Prufrock and Other Observations. This poem was published by T.S. Eliot on instigation of Ezra Pound. As I have told you that Ezra Pound was a mentor of T.S. Eliot and Ezra Pound influenced him in publication of his poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Use of dramatic monologue and stream of consciousness technique is there in this poem. This poem is called The Drama of Literary Anguish. This is very important because it can be asked that which poem of T.S. Eliot is called The Drama of Literary Anguish, Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. It shows the indecisive person, middle-aged person, thought of a middle-aged person who is frustrated and who wants to say something but is afraid to do so and ultimately does not. So it shows the indecisive person who wants to say something. Interior monologue and stream of consciousness device is working on his mind but he is not able to say anything. Next, no, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. These are the very important lines from the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Next important poem is Portrait of a Lady. The title is derived from the novel Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. Keep in mind that the Portrait of a Lady is the story which was written by Khushwant Singh. Portrait of a Lady poem is by T.S. Eliot and Portrait of a Lady is the novel by Henry James. The epigraph of the Portrait of a Lady is taken from Christopher Marlowe, The Jew of Malta, and The portrait of lady shows the hollowness and emptiness of upper class society. So the callousness and unfeelingness of upper class society is portrayed in the portrait of lady. Gerontion is his another important poem. It is the Greek word, and the title means the little old man. The important line from Gerontion is, "Here I am, old man, in a dry month, being read to by a boy, waiting for a rain." So dramatic monologue is used in this poem. It shows the opinions and impressions of an elderly man, which describes Europe after World War I through the eyes of a man who lived majority of life in 19th century. So there is an old man who spent most of his time in the 19th century, that means in 1800s, and through his eyes he describes a Europe after World War I. So theme of religion and sexuality is portrayed in Gerontion. Epigraph of the poem Gerontion is taken from Shakespeare, Measure for Measure. Next important poem, Whispers of Immorality. The title is taken from William Wordsworth poem Imitation of Morality. It is written in two sections, and in first section T.S. Eliot paid homage to Jacobean writers like Webster and Donne, who showed unified sensibility. So Whispers of Immorality, we can see the homage to the Jacobean writers. The Wasteland, it is again very important poem by T.S. Eliot. The title of The Wasteland is taken from Charles Dickens' completed novel Our Mutual Friend. Last completed novel, Our Mutual Friend. Total 434 lines are there and 5 sections: The Burial of the Dead, The Game of Chess, The Fire Sermon, Death by Water, and What the Thunder Said. These are the 5 sections of The Wasteland. The poem opens with the very important line, "April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land." This poem, The Wasteland, is dedicated to his friend Ezra Pound, and he described him as Il Miglior Fabra, which means the better craftsman. Next is The Hollow Man, which was written in 1925. It has the famous concluding line. The last 4 lines of The Hollow Man are the most quoted lines of any 20th century poet writing in English. So the last 4 lines from The Hollow Man are, "This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends, not with a bang but a whimper." So these are very important lines from The Hollow Man. The title of The Hollow Man is taken from The Hollow Land by William Morris and The Broken Men by Rudyard Kipling. Next is Journey of Maggie. It is the story of a Maggie who traveled to Palestine to visit newborn Jesus. Theme of alienation and powerlessness in the world is portrayed. Ash Wednesday is the conversion poem, and this poem was written when T.S. Eliot was converted to Anglicanism in 1927. As I have told you, that he took British citizenship as well as he converted to Anglicanism. So Ash Wednesday was written after this conversion, and this is called conversion poem. It is based on Dante's Purgatorio. Old Possum Book of Practical Cats, and this show the feline psychology and sociology. Old Possum is the nickname which was given by Ezra Pound to T.S. Eliot. So the Macavity, the mystery cat, is also included in Old Possum Book of Practical Cat. This is very important poem, Macavity, the mystery cats. 4 Quatrains, these are the set of 4 poems: Burnt Norton, East Cocker, The Dry Salvagers, and Little Gidding. The last 3 poems were written during World War II, and these are interlinked meditations, and it shows man's relationship with time, universe, and divine. He wrote many essays like Tradition and the Individual Talent, Hamlet and His Problem, The Metaphysical Poet, The Function of Criticism. These essays we will discuss in the next video in T.S. Eliot as critic. So friends, this is all about T.S. Eliot. If you like my video, then please press the like button, subscribe my channel and share my video as much as possible. And thank you. Have a nice day and best of luck for your exams.